Now that we have our journals, we are going to do our first journal entry. And this is going to be booze and I. This is just, we need to know the history of what's going on with alcohol in our lives, right? So let's figure it out. So you're going to answer these questions in your own journal at night. Every single night, I want you to write a journal entry, but a couple times a week, I'm going to give you a little something of a guideline to follow to what to write about. Okay, so I'm going to go over my answers with you guys. So number 1, when did alcohol first show up in your life? When did you see it for the first time? When did you notice that it made people act differently? Was that a scary moment for you? Were you curious? Explain in the detail of the situation. So the first time I seen alcohol was probably, I don't remember really, probably when I went to my real mom's and I seen people just like holding beers around. Other than that, growing up, I didn't really see alcohol that much. I know my brother-in-law drank, and I know my sister would get mad at him and he wouldn't come home sometimes. And when he did come home, he'd be loud and annoying, and I could really tell like the difference of him drinking and not drinking. It was scary, actually. Like, it was really scary to see him like that. Especially not knowing like what would happen if he would be mad or what was going on. But yeah, that's probably the first time I really started seeing like what alcohol was. Number 2 is, when's the first time you drank alcohol? Did you throw it up? Did it make you sick? Do you remember it? Yeah, I'm going to go over these fast. So yes, the first time I drank alcohol was with a friend at her house. We had stole it from her parents. I threw up right away. I'm never doing that again, never doing that again. I think it was wine coolers that we stole and we drank, and then we found like some vodka or something. So yeah, it was miserable. And as soon as I put it in my mouth and it was just burning my tongue, like, that is your body telling you it's poison in the first place. But yeah, we don't listen. We continue to do it. That night didn't end up well. I was throwing up all night, and the next morning I had to lie to my mom, say I had food poisoning and all that. So number 3, when did you notice you were drinking more than you should be? How often did you drink and how much did you drink? Were you hiding it? Okay, so I started drinking really heavily when I started bartending. I turned into an everyday thing. Right away, I noticed, hey, this is a problem, but I couldn't stop. It was just the environment. It was the people I was around. You can't be around a group of people and do something that they're not like. You're going to do what they're doing. So you really have to be aware of your surroundings and where you're at and who your friends are. And when I would come home, I was hiding it from my son. I'd have a bottle under my bed or something hidden because I didn't want him to know, even though he knew my behavior, my actions. It's crazy because people can really tell even if you don't think they can, Number 4, why do you think you choose to drink so much? Was it a habit, or was it because everybody else did, or was it to fit in? Was it to feel numb? I drank at first because it was fun and it was a habit. So once I started drinking every day, it was fun. I was around everybody at the bar. I enjoyed it. We had a great freaking time. I never wanted to go home. And then at some point I started noticing like I was feeling depressed, and so when I would go home I'd want to drink more because I noticed, hey, it would kind of mask my feelings when I was sad or lonely. I was a single mom, so all that stress and feeling alone, it really put me in a dark place really fast. I was drinking a lot by myself, hiding it in the bathroom or taking a bath, and I would have 3 bottles of wine in there just because it sounded more classy, right? But yeah, I went downhill and spiraled pretty fast with that. Number 5, when you did drink, who were you drinking with? Family, friends, coworkers? This matters. Okay, so I was mostly drinking with friends, or my so-called friends down at my work, coworkers. Since I got sober, I probably have 1 friend still from back then, so they weren't really my friends, because if I wasn't paying the bar tab, they don't want to be around, right? So, yeah, I drank a lot I hid it from my family. I really did not drink around my family that often, maybe like on Christmas and stuff like that, but I always was the shit show that ruined the holidays, and It was embarrassing, but yeah, mostly friends and coworkers, acquaintances is what I would say. When was your first blackout? Do you remember? Was it scary? Did you wake up somewhere? Yes. So blackouts I was known for, like, they were horrible. I'm not sure if I remember my first one, but there was multiple where I woke up in another town, had no idea where I got there, had no idea whose house I was at, a house full of men, full of people I didn't even know. Like, I just met them at the bar, went home and left town with them. Like, I am so lucky I'm alive and that I didn't get murdered or sex trafficked or whatever it is, right? That should have been enough right there to make me quit drinking. And of course, it was not. So yeah, my blackouts were bad. I think the worst part of my blackouts is, even if I did stay, safe and in town, I would flip out on everybody and all my anger would come out on everyone. And it was just awful, awful. So ashamed. The next one, have you ever had alcohol poisoning and got your stomach pumped? Yes, multiple times. I would actually know every time, oh, I have alcohol poison, and I would try to liquid IV myself or find a friend that would put a real IV in me. Yeah, I've had alcohol poison many times. Don't recommend. It's scary. Have you ever been to jail and in the drunk tank? Yes, I have. Not really a cool story. Just, I was an idiot talking crap outside in a bikini, throwing a fit, flipping out. The cops came, took me to jail. Drunk tank. Stupid for nothing. Like, I don't even know what I was mad about or who I was arguing with, but it was really embarrassing. And I was freezing in that cell with that bathing suit on. You know that. So, God. Have you ever drove drunk, got a DUI, and how much money did it cost you? Okay, so thank God I've never gotten a DUI. I don't know how, because I drove drunk so many hundreds of times that I got so lucky, and it scares me to know how many people probably drink and drive daily, and our kids are driving on the streets. My kids drive now, so it scares the crap out of me. The one eyeballing it home, like, because I used to work in the town a little up the hill from here, and there's windy roads, and it's back roads, and, it's like foresty, and I would just one eyeball the whole way home, swerving and throwing up. I mean, it was miserable. I am just so lucky I never hurt anybody or hurt myself, or, very, very blessed. Tell me a story when you hurt someone close to you being drunk, either something you did or said or something. Okay, be honest. I have hurt a lot of people with my drunken attitude. I went years without talking to my sister Tina because of my behaviors, my outbursts. I have broken very close friendships, relationships, with many things that I've done. I can't even tell you guys just one story because I've done it so often, so many times. And it just sucks to really sit back and think of it. I was just such an idiot and such a shit show, right? And I have so many, I can't pick one. And that is sad. That's sad. Now I want you to tell me one positive thing that alcohol has done for your life. Nothing. It made me look old. It gave me Crohn's disease. My skin is bad. I had eczema. I've had diarrhea problems for, 15 years. It made me lose close people to me. I mean, I have a cousin that she was my best friend, and I haven't talked to her in years. I've lost very important people out of my life. Alcohol's ruined my life. Well, now it is time for you to click on the link and do your journal entry. Number 1, it's Booze and I, and it's a little bit of history and it's a little healing. Let's just get it off our chests and put it out there, okay? Congrats. Keep going, girl.